Honestly speaking, we think animated movies provide the much needed break that our eyes and souls need. But sifting through the many animated movies available right now to find one that suits the mood of your movie night can seem like an almost impossible task. And that's why we, here at Cornucopia Pictures, have put together this rather marvelous list of top 10 animated movies that you must watch, all available just a click away, right here on YouTube. Number 10, Heidi. A feature-length film based on the animated TV series Heidi, Girl of the Alps. This movie details little Heidi's adventures and misadventures from her initial days in the Swiss Alps and later in Frankfurt. The gorgeous animation will take your breath away as Heidi's enduring antics make you smile. At number 10, we have Heidi. Number 9, Sergeant Stubby, an American Hero. Sergeant Stubby was a real-life Boston Terrier who served in the American Army during World War I and is the only dog to be promoted to rank of sergeant during combat. This animated movie is based on his life, and we cannot stress on how cute Sergeant Stubby is. The movie is a treat for dog lovers and history buffs alike, and if you're both, well, it must be your lucky day. Do not blame us though if your little one immediately takes up the refrain of "I want a dog." At number 9, Sergeant Stubby. Number 8, Adventures in Zambezia. Birds always seem so free, floating in the air, going where they please, chilling amongst the clouds. Now, what if you have a bird who is extra free-spirited, with a lot of emphasis on the extra? Where would this bird want to go, you may wonder? Outer space? No, all he wants to go to is Zambezia, a fabulous city for birds. With the many literal highs and lows of our young protagonist Guy's life, Adventures in Zambezia is a movie that has its heart in the right place, and the wonderful African landscape depicted is a treat to the eyes. Number 7, Khumba. Do zebras have white stripes on black skin or black stripes on white skin? Or do they just have both black and white stripes? The mind boggles, doesn't it? Now, what if we introduce you to a zebra who has just half a body of stripes? Khumba's feeling of not belonging with his herd leads him to leave them in search of some extra stripes, and he is joined in his wandering by the maternal wildebeest Mama Wee and the British diva ostrich Bradley. Follow their adventures in the South African regions of the Great Karoo in this tale of acceptance and belonging. At number 7, Khumba. Number 6, Anne Frank's Diary. Beautifully animated, this film brings to life Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. Poignant and heartbreaking, the film is a sensitive depiction of Anne's life during the harrowing times of the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. With haunting music and voiceovers reading out from Anne's diary, the film will stay with you for a long time. Number 5, Valley of the Lanterns. This animated movie brings to you the story of a little old grandmother who can turn back time using her magic lantern. But, as is the usual case with meddling around with time, there are consequences to this power over the past. Watch Valley of the Lanterns to follow Olistine the grandmother as she hobbles around plucking flowers and moving around in time. This can also be the confirmation that your kids are waiting for. Yes, their grannies do have magic powers. Valley of the Lanterns, number 5. Number 4, Spookiz. If there was one place that we could totally believe was infested by monsters when we were kids, it would be our schools. This film takes that to the literal level because the school here is full of monsters at night. Human children study there by day and monster children by night. But what happens when these two worlds collide when they were never meant to? A neat freak vampire, a very short King Kong, and many other lovable versions of the monsters that used to terrify us make their appearance in this fun film. Number 4, Spookiz. Number 3, Ghatothkach. A beloved figure from the epics that we've grown up listening to, Ghatothkach is the son of Bhim from the Hindu epic of the Mahabharata. his life from when he was a child is shown in this wonderful movie. He goes around befriending elephants in the jungle while singing rather catchy songs about himself and has a beautiful bond with his mother and his beloved cousin Abhimanyu. His magical exploits are explored in this animated version of some of the great epic stories. Number 3. Ghatothkach. Number 2. Alice in Wonderland. Literally every magic creature comes together to take part in Alice's exciting adventures in Wonderland. We, for one, can totally relate with the White Rabbit, by the way, since most of the time we're rushing around to be on time as well. And although we would never admit it elsewhere, we quite understand Alice's need for escapism through her naps and dreams, especially while working. Follow Alice as she tumbles down rabbit holes, meets wacky creatures like the Mad Hatter and the Cheshire Cat, and escapes murderous queens in this wonderfully animated and musical movie. And now for our number 1 film, Return of Hanuman. One of the best parts of the epics that some of us grew up listening to was Hanuman. Flying over mountains, setting fire to whole cities with just his tail, flying over mountains while carrying another mountain, and generally being awesome. Was there anything he couldn't do? The much beloved figure from the Indian epic of Ramayana is brought back in his wonderful action-adventure comedy film. Hanuman returns to our world, this time in the form of a young boy named Maruti and a whole lot of new tricks up his tail. He and his friends explore creepy old mansions, fight the devious asuras, and battle a lava monster. Return of Hanuman is a fresh and hilarious take on the classic good versus evil tales we've grown up with. Number 1. Return of Hanuman. So there you go. You can find all the links to the movies in the description box. And, surprise, surprise, just like these movies, the short films that we have specially curated for children at Cornucopia Pictures are also just a click away. Do check them out and subscribe to our channel. Oh, and by the way, zebras are black with white stripes. Just a fun fact.